In this episode, you can join me in my van as I commute from the city of Tauranga out to the countryside where the workshop is. And once we're there, Taya will be getting stuck into fabricating the stainless steel bow rails, and I finally get to spray on some finishing coats of paint. I'm now nearly a year into the build of the catamaran, and it's probably time to give you some background information to the project. We are in New Zealand and live in the city of Tauranga, which has a population of about 100,000 people. This eastern coastline of New Zealand is a very popular boating and fishing area with many harbours, bays, and islands. Now, each day necessitates a 20-minute commute out of the city to my son's property where the boat is being constructed. Here's a rolling glimpse of the journey. In the background, we see Mount Maunganui, situated on one side of the entrance to the Tauranga harbour. The scene in the foreground is a typical summer's day. Hundreds of boat trailers, boats heading out for water sports and fishing. Businesses serving the marine industry abound in this area. There's retail, boat sales, boat builders, commercial fishing companies, and two marinas. We're now driving into what could be described as rural Tauranga. There's a lot of lifestyle properties and orchards. So note the daily congestion of cars commuting into the city. Behind those shelter belts are a lot of kiwi fruit and avocado orchards. It's actually one of the foremost growing areas in New Zealand for these fruit. Those are avocados growing under temporary tunnel houses. And along here a bit further, we have plantings of feijoas. In the distance, you can see Mount Maunganui and one of the many fingers of the Tauranga harbour.
Granddad is late again.
Not good. The sooner he finishes the boat, the sooner we can go fishing.
Ralph, I think you're dreaming again.
Inside the boat shed, work is underway fabricating the bow rails. No exposed bolts or screws will be used. We have a base plate on each stanchion to which a stainless steel nut has been welded. The tubing of the stanchion is then welded over the nut, hiding it. A bolt is then screwed into the hidden nut from the underside of the deck, resulting in a neat, professional finish devoid of exposed bolt or screw heads. While Taylor is dressing his welds, I've got the job of polishing the stainless steel rubbing strips, which will be screwed into the hardwood beltings along the side of the catamaran. Each successive undercoat gets sanded, with paint layups alternating between white and grey in order to highlight flaws in the surfaces. By the way, the tool I'm using here is a 400mm Rupees orbital sander. It's been fantastic for smoothing out the sanding undercoat prior to longboarding. I use a lead light to highlight tiny indents in the paintwork. These all have to be marked, filled and sanded. And finally, I get to spray a gloss finishing coat, a moment of truth as to how good my preparation has been. Look what's come in from the cold. About 12 months ago, the cabin top was built and put outside under cover and out of the way. It was now time to finish it and prepare to bond it to the rest of the catamaran. Finished undercoats have been applied and the overhang area will now be painted with a matte dark grey to avoid light reflection back into the cabin. I like hulls with dark colours, and it does seem to be trendy in this part of the world where we don't get extremes of heat. So it's on with the final gloss coats. In the next episode, the fit out begins in earnest. I do electrical and electronic wiring, install furniture, and the cabin top is fitted. The big question will be, will the windows fit?
That's all for today, folks.
See you next week.
Make sure to like and subscribe.